How's it going, Low Gang? I am still alive. I haven't posted a video update in the last 3 days. I guess today would be day 15, so I kind of skipped day 13 and 14. But I did give a heads up. I did say I was going to a concert on Friday night, and then Saturday I was, dealing with this. So yeah, I've got some explaining to do. So the concert was awesome. It was my first ever rap concert, as I mentioned. It was awesome. Sean Paul killed it. Wiz Khalifa was absolutely insane. But a little problem here. So um, I'm sure you can kind of guess by the shirts that I wear and whatnot, and my tattoos and piercings and whatnot. But I'm the type of music I listen to is more on the hardcore heavy metal side, and those are the types of concerts that I go to. So at the Wiz Khalifa concert, I decided to start a one-man mosh pit, and I mean one-man mosh pit because nobody else wanted to party with me. I was basically like there was a whole open circle, and it was just me going from one side to the other, to the back to the other side to the other, and it's just like nobody nobody was participating with me. They were just pushing me back into the center, and at some point I fell down, and I guess I think I fell on my wrist like this. Like imagine your wrist is like bent and you fall on the ground, and yeah, apparently I broke it really bad. And there are a large number of sirens going on in the background right now, and hopefully it doesn't kill my video, because I don't want to re-record this, and hopefully it stops sometime soon so I can just keep on rambling. But yeah, the doctor said it was broken pretty bad in two different places, but the way that they had aligned it before they put the cast on was really, really nice. Okay, I have to pause. All right, I'll cut that pause out, but there's no way I'm re-recording this whole thing. But anyways, yeah, so the doctor said it was broken pretty severely. There's like a 50-50 chance I'm going to need surgery, which is insane. And but the way that they had aligned my arm before they put the cast on, the doctor said like the alignment looks really, really good. Like it's near anatomical alignment is what they said. So, I mean, if all goes well, it should heal up normally. Holy crap with these sirens. 1 second. Okay, we're good. Are we good? I think we're good. I live I'm not trying to dox myself, but I live downtown Toronto. So I live in an apartment building, and the sound just, travels upwards and really carries. So it's when sirens go by or when crazy people are yelling on the street, I basically hear it like they're right outside my door. And it's a good thing and a bad thing, because when people are partying and they're playing awesome music, I can hear the music like it's right next door, which is cool sometimes. But other times like this, when there's sirens or just people shouting at each other, is not a good time. But yeah, the doctor said if all goes well, it should just heal up normally, and I shouldn't need surgery. But I'm gonna go back on Friday and do a little checkup with the doctor to see what the status is. Going to do some more x-rays, and I think either replace the cast or adjust the cast depending on what's needed. But yeah, I find it hilarious because I've been on this planet for 33 years come August, and until the last 3 years ago, I had never broken a bone in my entire life, and I have gotten very close. Like, I remember when I was a kid, I ran into the living room and I kicked the table so hard that like my toe like came out here, and I had to tape my toes together in order to get them to heal back in the right place, but it still wasn't broken. It was just bent out of place. Like there was no fracture. So I've done some crazy stuff in my life, never broken a bone, but the last couple of years it seems like I can't seem to go to a concert without injuring myself. And what's really sad is in a week and a half, I'm going to go see my favorite band ever, Bill Murray. And, I can't even mosh like this. I can't even get into the pit. I can't crowd surf. I can't do nothing. I'm going to have to stand on the side and just fucking bob my head like a pleb, like I can't party anymore, It sucks. But yeah, it was a good show. I feel bad because for like the last, I don't know, maybe 10-15 minutes that was Khalifa was performing, I was paranoid that I had lost my house keys because I brought like a sweater with me, like my purple sweater you usually see hanging on the chair here, and I had my keys in the sweater pocket. But because I was carrying the sweater and I had it like draped around my neck at some points, I figured I'm gonna lose these keys. Like they're gonna fall out of this pocket. So preemptively, I took the keys out of my sweater and I put them in my jeans pocket, which I don't usually do. And then at some point, because I was so, inebriated from a variety of substances, I thought I had lost my keys because they weren't, I was checking my sweater, they weren't in my sweater pocket. So I started panicking. So for the last like 10, 15, 20 minutes of the show, well, it wasn't that long. I was looking around on the floor, shining my flashlight with my phone on the floor, looking for my house keys for like one or two songs. And then after that, like, before then I had already hurt my wrist. So after, trying to find my house keys for a couple minutes, even though they were already in my pocket, they were in my pocket the whole time. I'd never lost my house keys. I was just so out of it that I thought I did. Um, after one or two songs of looking for my house keys, I was like, you know what? Screw it. I just gotta bite the bullet. I screwed up super hard, and my wrist is killing me. So I just went to the medical tent so they could, put a splint on me and maybe give me some Advil or some Tylenol. I don't even know if they have that stuff there. But yeah, so then the concert ended. I met up back with my friend and we walked back to my place, and we were just chilling in the stairwell of my apartment because I was under the impression that I wasn't getting back into my apartment that night and I was just gonna sleep in the hallway or go with my buddy to his place. And then I was like, you know what? Let me just check all my pockets one last time before we call it a night. And lo and behold, I had my house keys the whole time. So yeah, moral of the story is, don't be stupid like me, and don't know your limits, know how much you can drink, know how much you can smoke, and try to keep it within your limits, keep it in moderation, because I feel like the only reason I fell over when moshing, like it was a one-man mosh pit, the only reason I fell over was because I couldn't keep my balance because I was so inebriated, like if I had maybe 3 or 4 less drinks, I probably would have been able to mosh perfectly fine and not fall over. But yeah, I can't even imagine how stupid I looked trying to mosh like a one man mosh pit. And I'm pretty sure I was doing like the whole hardcore dance throwdown thing too, because I mean, when you're just by yourself, you got no one to push and bounce off of, right? So I was just doing the whole hardcore dance throwdown thing by myself. I do remember I kind of like, I leaned up against one guy. I'm like, yo, you want to mosh? You want to mosh? And he's like, nah, man. It's just like, God damn, what am I doing here, brother? None of these rap heads want to mosh with me, man. But it was sick. It was a good concert. I just wish I could remember more of it, and I wish I could have, hung out with my friend the whole time that I was there with. I feel bad that I kind of vanished at one point to look for my keys, and then I vanished again to go to the medical tent for the rest of the concert. So I just feel bad that I abandoned my buddy for the most part. But yeah, it's day 15 of the quitting smoking thing, day 15 of no bong, and I guess if you minus 5, then it's day 10 of no cigarettes, and I still feel good. I'm still not really getting cravings. It's kind of like days like today and yesterday where it's just like I'm going through pain because of the arm, and it's like, man, I would really like to smoke a bowl or something, I'd really just like to turn my brain off and forget about the stupidity that is my life if I could. But yeah, so that's my story for the weekend. I hope you guys had a great weekend. I hope you stayed safe and unlike me, And I guess similar story, like 2 years ago or 2 or 3 years ago, I was at a concert. It was the first time I ever broke a bone. I was seeing The Ghost Inside. They're like a really, really heavy band. I think they're from California or something. It doesn't matter, but it was actually, every band, they have a song where they try to like chill out for a second. They play like a slow song, like a ballad or something. So it was one of those songs, and I was just standing at like the front of the mosh pit, just kind of vibing, enjoying the slow tunes. And this big giant dude grabs me from behind, like one arm, one hand on each shoulder, and he literally just chucks me. And I went flying because, I weigh like 120 pounds. So I went flying, and this dude was like the size of Shrek. So I get up and I'm like, what the fuck is your problem, man? Like, why would you do that? And he's like, oh, I didn't know. I didn't know you would go flying like that. I didn't know. And lo and behold, I ended up breaking my foot because of that guy. So it was like 2-3 years ago. I spent my summer on crutches. And that was the same summer I went to Las Vegas for Magic the Gathering Command Fest. So, I mean, that was a fantastic vacation. I could barely walk around Vegas. I remember I was off the crutches at that point, but it was still like I could only walk around for like 20 or 30 minutes before I was in a lot of pain. So, yeah, I have not broken a bone in my entire life until that concert. And then I think the next year or the year after, I went to a concert with my girlfriend. We went to go see Water Parks. They're not really a heavy band. They're like a pop punk band. It's I would describe them as like your girlfriend's favorite band, And I was, again, trying to mosh with people who did not want to mosh. And I think, like, when I was, swinging my hands around, I think I, like, whacked somebody on the way down. And I ended up, like, I think it, like, not dislocating, but I really injured one of my fingers. Yeah, I think it was this finger, the ring finger. But yeah, it's like I haven't broken a bone in my 30 years on this planet. And then, it seems like every time I go to a concert, I injure myself. And yeah, I got another concert coming up in a week and a half to see my favorite band, my current favorite band, Bill Murray, Bilmuri. It sounds like the actor, but it's not spelled like the actor, in case you wanted to look them up, and I highly recommend it because they are phenomenal. But yeah, maybe I'll do some crowd surfing with the cast. We'll see. It's probably not recommended. If my girlfriend hears me say that, she's probably gonna beat me up. I'm kidding. She doesn't beat me up. I'm kidding. Relax. Wink twice if you're okay, Steven. I'm okay. Like, it's all good. But we'll see. I was trying to stream today, and I realized I can kind of operate the mouse and still like click around with my right hand. So maybe I'll do some video editing still. Maybe I'll make another Trump video or something, or another news related drama-esque video, and maybe do some live streaming as well. So keep an eye out for that. I hope you had a great weekend. I hope you stayed safe, and yeah, peace.